What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird, and we're back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing, smash the like button, smash subscribe button, hop in the comment section, comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers, day by day. You know, we got news of the day coming out of Colorado, and we're going to jump right into it, dog. So, of course, we back. Another recap with this Colorado football program. As always, shout out Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, for providing us this phenomenal footage each and every day. Of course, we're coming off of our disappointing loss to the Kansas Jayhawks on the road at Arrowhead Stadium, 37-21. Of course, it was a rough ball game all around. Obviously, if you tuned into it, we just weren't great, especially on defense, but we weren't great at times on offense as well. And I'm gonna kind of break it down. Of course, I bring the keys to victory each and every week for this Colorado football program. And like always, I always bring the recap and the top 10 PFF grades as well too. This is gonna be a good video here. A lot of good information here, man. I mean, it was a lot of numbers, a lot of statistics that were kind of like eye-popping to me. And let's kind of get right into it, right? So the keys to victory, right? I mentioned obviously that we needed to convert on third down. So we're gonna start with the offense, right? So we needed to convert on third down. I had mentioned that we were 5 of 24 our last 2 games on third down. I mentioned we need to score early, try to take some of the momentum away from them, establish a consistent run game. We need to keep Shedeur upright, feed LeJohntay. I mentioned that their 2 best corners primarily played outside, so there were some opportunities there in the slot. Of course, on defense, I mentioned that we couldn't get beat by the quarterback run, that we need to play disciplined football, limit the penalties, know our assignments, create turnovers. Of course, we needed to tackle well. Of course, we mentioned about how good their run game is. We need to be physical, fly around, tackle well. And of course, we need to pressure Jalen Daniels. He wasn't all that great under pressure at all coming into the game. And when we look at the offensive keys to victory, of course, starting at the top with third down conversions, obviously we were 3 of 7 on third down, which is not great. It's better than what we've been in the last 2 weeks. But when you factor in the last 3 weeks now, factoring in this Kansas matchup yesterday, we're 8 of 31 on third down. Again, 8 of 31 on third down. That's 26%. Last 3 games. That's just not winning football, dog. It's just not gonna get the job done. We didn't score early. We was actually down 17-0 with 5 minutes into the second quarter. So of course we didn't start fast. We didn't score early. They had all the momentum early on in the game and pretty much throughout the game. We didn't establish the run game at all. We had 42 yards rushing. 26 of them were from Shedeur. If you take out his 4 carries, we only had 9 design run plays. I mean, it was similar to K-State when we only had 10 design run plays. We were just able to get stops on defense in that K-State game, so the game was a lot more close. To be honest with you, dog, this game could have been way worse score-wise. They could have put up damn near 50. We better be glad we got red zone stops in this game. Our defense was really bad. And I'll get into that. I'm gonna break that down and get into some statistics there. But honestly, the best part about our defense was red zone defense, because you got to think about it, right? The first quarter, their second drive, it ended in a field goal from the 6-yard line. The second quarter, their 4th drive of the game, ended in a field goal from the 5-yard line. And then the 5th drive ended in a field goal from the 7-yard line. That is 3 drives, right, that they kicked field goals when they were inside the 10. If you think about it, the way they were running the football, if they would have scored touchdowns on those drives, dog, we lost 37-21. They got 9 points out of those drives. They could have easily got 21 points out of those drives. We could have easily lost that game by 4 scores. We could have easily lost that game 49-21. Them kicking field goals 3 times inside the 10-yard line kept us in that ball game, to be honest with you. It really did. It really made that game close. And that's why that coach was talking about that at halftime, mentioning that they needed to score touchdowns because they were keeping us in the game. Getting inside of the 10 and having to kick 3 field goals, that was the best part about our defense. It won't much great about our defense, but that was the best part about our defense on Saturday night. I mentioned that we need to feed LeJohntay, right? Obviously, the slot receivers have been eating a little bit against Kansas just because of how stout their corners are on the outside. So I mentioned that we need to feed LeJohntay, feed our slot receivers. I feel like our slot receivers can eat, and we did. When you factor in Draylon Miller and LeJohntay, when you combine them together, right, they had 9 catches for 89 yards and a touchdown. Both of them played 90% of their snaps in the slot. Now, when we look at defense, right, we gave up costly quarterback runs to Jalen Daniels. Of course, he had 6 carries for 73 yards. His longest was for 31 yards. We didn't create a turnover. Of course, our defense has been an opportunistic defense all season, being able to create turnovers, and we do not do that at all. They didn't punt. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure a lot of you may know now. Some of you may not. They did not punt all night. they scored every drive. Like, dog, I'm gonna get into this a little bit, but we didn't pressure Jalen Daniels. He was 14 of 21. We only sacked him once. We only hit him like one other time as well too. He was breaking tackles when he did run. Of course, we didn't tackle well at all. We knew they were gonna run it, and we couldn't stop it. We could not stop a nosebleed last night. Of course, Neal, I highlighted him in the Keys to Victory video as the impact player, or one of their impact players. Obviously, he rushed for over 200 yards. He had over 300 total yards, just about 300 total yards. Had 4 touchdowns, of course, 3 rushing, 1 in the air. He led their team in rushing. He also led their team in receiving as well, too. Man, when you look at these stats, dog, when I said that we couldn't stop a nosebleed last night, when you look at their drive charts, man, this is just, it's ridiculous, dog. Like, when you look at the fact that they got in the red zone every single possession. They had, 8 drives? Yeah, they had 8 drives, okay? They got in the red zone every single possession. They scored every single possession except the last one, and that's because they kneeled the ball down. They had the ball at the 18-yard line in. We look at it here, right? Out of their 8 possessions, okay? Out of their 8 possessions, 5 of those were 10 or more plays. The other 3 were either a 6-play drive, and they had 2 8-play drives. They had 4 straight 10-play drives, dog. 4 straight 10-play drives, dog. The only drive, like I said, they didn't score was the one that they nailed the ball down on the 18, but they got in the red zone every single possession, dog. That's just not going to get it done. Now, of course, there was a big matchup, right, between Cobee Bryant and Travis Hunter. Everyone was keying in, couldn't wait to see that matchup there. Now, obviously, Cobee Bryant went on Twitter after the game and was like, Colorado fans, where y'all at? If y'all say Buddy killed me, y'all are dumb and crazy. Watch the game. Colorado fan, where y'all at? 1, I'm right here. 2, I must be dumb as hell. 1, I watched the game multiple times. I watched the games multiple times before I do these recaps. You were targeted 4 times when covering Travis Hunter. You gave up 3 catches. The one time that you didn't give up a catch, your ass was holding. Let's also think about this. You gave up a touchdown too. Yeah, you in zone coverage. I get it. You were supposed to have help over the top. But let's think about this as well too. You really wasn't on him one-on-one all night. Y'all bracketed Trav all night. You had safety help over the top all night. Let's be real, dog. You ain't want no smoke one-on-one. The one time when you did have one-on-one coverage, when you ain't had no safety help over the top, you held. And if you didn't held, it was a touchdown on the post. It was a touchdown because you was beat. That's why you had to grab his hip. You was beat. So, I mean, I get it. I'm not taking nothing from you, dog. You're a pro. You do some phenomenal things on the football field. I can't take nothing from you. But let's not act like Trav ain't eat versus you and Mello Dotson. Because against Mello Dotson, he was targeted twice, caught both catches, both were for first downs. So, y'all, I mean, come on, bro. You can't. If we being real, bro, when we combine Mello Dotson, Cobee Bryant versus Travis Hunter, 6 targets, 5 catches, 3 first downs, and a touchdown. Man, what the hell are we talking about, man? Bro, come on, dog. Anyway, let's get into this top 10 PFF grades, right, for our Colorado Buffaloes. And, of course, we're going to start at the top with Shedeur Sanders, 80.5. He was 23 of 29, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, did not throw up an interception. Of course, he led our team in rushing yards as well with 26. Obviously, coming in at number 2, Travis Hunter at wide receiver, 78 flat, had 8 catches, led our team there, 125 yards, also led the team, and then 2 touchdowns, led the team as well. The longest reception was 51 yards. Of course, 12. He is the Heisman winner without question. Go ahead, put his name on the trophy. Let's keep it rolling. Number 3, BJ Green, 74.6, highest defensive grade, highest pass rushing grade, had the 4th highest tackle grade, finished with 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, had our only sack. He also had a quarterback hit as well. Coming in at number 4, again, Travis Hunter, this time at DB, 73.9. Had the highest coverage grade, had our 3rd highest tackle grade, had the 4th highest run defensive grade. He finished with 7 tackles and 1 PBU as well. I wish he could have picked that ball off, dog. The diving PBU that he got at that time of the game, dog, I believe the score was 23-21 then. He made a phenomenal play to be able to even get his hands on the football and possibly pick that ball off. But I wish for momentum's sake he would have picked that ball off, dog, because they ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive and going up 30-21. That was the same drive where Neal scored, and it was pretty much him and Cam Craig, and they met in the hole, and Cam Craig He went low and Neal fell forward, reached out, and crossed the goal line for a touchdown. That was that same drive. So I wish this for momentum's sake he was able to catch the football, but I mean, it is what it is. It was a phenomenal job by him getting a PBU there. Let's keep it rolling, man. Kareem Harden, 70.3, our highest graded offensive lineman. Of course, he had the highest pass blocking grade. He had the second highest run grade. He had no penalties. He had the third highest offensive grade. Didn't give up a hurry or a pressure. Great job last night from Kareem Harden. Let's keep it rolling, man. Cash Cleveland, 69 flat, had the third highest pass blocking grade. Only gave up one pressure. Cash Cleveland continues to be great ever since he stepped into that starting role, and he's only going to get better and better and better again. He's only a true freshman. We got Draylen Miller, another true freshman here, man, who's really starting to come into his own. 68.9, second highest receiving grade. He was targeted 5 times, caught all 5 passes. He was our only receiver against Kansas that caught all of his targets. He finished with 5 catches, 44 yards, and 1 touchdown. I mean, like I said, he's really coming into his own, and I mean, he got superstar written all over him, dog. He's going to be a good one, man. He's going to be a really, really good one for us in the future here. Let's keep it rolling. Arden Walker coming in at number 8, 67.9, had the third highest defensive grade, had the 5th highest run D grade and tackle grade, didn't miss a tackle, and was credited with 3 tackles. Like I said, Arden Walker has been sneaky good for us all season. Coming in at number 8, Shiloh Sanders at 66.6, had the third highest run defensive grade, had the highest tackle grade at 88.2, which is really high. Our only player in the 80s when it comes to tackle grade. He led us in tackles with 13. Last but certainly not least, rounding out our top 10 PFF performers for this Kansas matchup is Justin Mayers, 65.4, had the second highest pass pro grade, had the third highest run blocking grade, had no hurries and no penalties as well. Now, obviously, we did not get the job done. Of course, there's still a possibility that we can reach the Big 12 title game. Obviously, we do need some help. We do have to take care of business on our own. We first have to beat Oklahoma State, which we very well should do. Now, after that, we do need some help. We need a couple losses here and there. I know possibly if Houston can possibly beat BYU, that'll be the only loss that we would need is BYU losing to Houston, and we can get in. There's also some other scenarios as well too. If Arizona can possibly go into Arizona State and win that ball game, that'll play out as well. Also, we would need Iowa State to fall to K-State. I just hate it, dog, because we really controlled our own destiny, bro. Like, we really controlled our own destiny to the point like we didn't need any help. Like, all we needed to do was take care of business on our own. Just take care of Buffalo business. That's all we had to do. We ain't need, and it's tough, dog. It's just tough to see that performance. I know a lot of people was talking about, who's to blame here, the offense or the defense. And in my opinion, man, it was both, right? We didn't play complimentary football as well. Let's be real. As far as let's start with defense. Kansas did not punt. So there's not many games you gonna win, even be close to winning, when the opposing team does not punt. When the opposing team gets in the red zone every drive, when they control time of possession the way they, bro, y'all know they had the ball for 40 minutes, man. 41 minutes, dog. Like, bro, that is crazy. That is crazy, man. We had the ball for 19 minutes. Let me pull up these numbers here real quick because I wanna say it exactly the way it is. They had the football for 40 minutes and 11 seconds. We had the ball 19 minutes and 49 seconds. Like, I mean, you talk about keep away, dog. Like that right. I mean, you're not gonna win many ball games. Like I said, we were lucky, bro, that this game was as close as it was. To be honest with you, we lost by 16. We lost by 2 scores. We could have very well lost this football game by 28. They could have very well put damn near 50 points on us if our defense wasn't stout in the red zone. And honestly, that was early. When Kansas realized that they were just dominating us up front and they could run the football at will, they started going for it on 4th down. They started going for it on 4th down. They started converting because they were 2 of 2 on 4th down. And they got them in the second half when they realized, hey, we could just run the football down and throw it. We're going to get it. Like, it doesn't matter. 3rd and 9, we can just run it. And I know a lot of people were talking about Coach Prime declining the holding penalty, making it 2nd and 11 as opposed to being 1st and 21. in my opinion, dog, I mean, I get it. I get both sides, honestly. But in my opinion, that they were running the ball at will, bro. We go 1st and 21. Who's not say, bro, they're not going to run the ball 3 straight times to get 20 yards. We didn't stop them all night. So it's not like, I mean, I get it. You're like, okay, man, let's put a team that doesn't like to throw the ball behind the sticks. You know, it's 1st and 2 sticks now. I get that, right? I get that. But with the way they were toting the football, dog, like, Devin Neal averaged 5.6 yards a carry, and he rushed for 200 yards. He had 37 carries. Dog, let's think about this. I ain't even mention this, dog. They had 57 carries as a team, bro. We only ran 42 plays. Our offense only ran 42 plays, dog. They had 57 carries. They had more carries than we had plays ran. They had more carries than we had rushing yards. We had 42 rushing yards, dog. They had 57 carries. They had bro, man. That was just a bad representation of our football team, dog. You know, it is what it is. We just got to get better. I mean, giving up 5.8 yards, almost 6 yards a carry to this defense, it's just not going to get the job done right. But it is what it is. 24-hour rule, right? We got to turn the page, and we got to look forward to this Oklahoma State matchup, and we got to go ahead and take care of business at home, senior day, against Oklahoma State. Get a win there, be 9-3, and just let everything else play out. And if we get into that Big 12 title game, perfect. If not, then we just go win a bowl game, man. But not going to keep you long. Just want to bring you guys another phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's eye view, man.